What's up guys, it's Danny, and today we're building and reviewing not LEGO Star Wars, but LEGO Marvel. This is set number 76153927493. This is set number 76193. It has 1,901 pieces, and is recommended for ages 14 and up. You can't take Guardians of the Galaxy serious like whatsoever, but despite not really liking Guardians of the Galaxy, this set is kind of amazing, and I think it may be luring me into more Marvel LEGO. I never thought that we'd get here, but this set is making me change my mind a little bit. I am not, by any means, a Marvel fan. So when I call this ship the best work of art I have ever seen, it's not because I'm a Marvel fan. It's because I legitimately think this is a really good looking ship. Alright, so in this set you're going to get 4 unique minifigures out of the 6. First up we have Rocket, and this is a new head mold. You can see that there is no white around the edges of the ears. He also has the goggles printed on top of the head and that smirk face. And then for the torso, it is printed front and back with the red scarf. You can see he has a little brown pouch in the top left corner, which is supposed to be his shoulder pad. This one does not have these shoulder pads molded into the torso, but I do think that the other brown patches are pretty accurate to the outfit that he's wearing in his appearance in Endgame. You can see on the back he has a nice bushy tail, a lot like Wile E. Coyote. No printing on the legs, as I don't think that there is any printing on short legs. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just haven't seen it. Next up we have Groot, and the first thing I noticed was the face. It looks a lot friendlier than the previous rendition from 2018. Also, the coloring is a lot better here. We have more of a light brown with a little bit of green in the vines. It's even printed on his feet. It looks fantastic. He has eyebrows on his face as well, and then a little bit of that green showing at the top of his very weirdly shaped head. But I think it's a really good head mold and really nice printing on the front and the back. Next up is Mantis, and this is the second version of Mantis, and it's very similar. There's just a belt buckle on the bottom of the torso, and the torso does look a little bit different from the previous one. The legs are plain, but she does have a back face print, which is a bit hard to get her hairpiece off since it's not plastic. It will kind of stick, so you have to take it off like that, and then here is her back face print. The last unique minifigure here is Star-Lord, and he has dual molded legs so that he has more emphasis on the boots. His front and back torso look fantastic. I believe we've only gotten a couple of Star-Lords previously, and he does look better here than in the past. And that is, of course, the same face as Owen Grady in Jurassic World, because it's, of course, Chris Pratt. Not unique to the set, but added, as it is from the appearance in Endgame. This is Thor, and this is going to be the exact same figure in the final battle set. He has a very soft fabric cape so that it folds under the hairpiece quite nicely, and his hairpiece is very textured, so it looks really nice and accurate. And then, of course, he has the lightning eyes on the back face print. No printing on the legs, as it is the exact same figure as I said in the previous set. Last up is probably the worst figure out of the bunch, as he's in two other sets from this past year, the Endgame battle and the Dragonflyer set. And adding the Chitauri here instead of completing the crew with either Drax or Nebula, I think was the biggest problem with the set, but at least we did get a 6th minifigure instead of only just having 5. I'd rather have another Chitauri than only having 5 figs in the set, so not a bad choice. The ship build was very fun, very engaging. The minifigures were spread out throughout all of the bags, so it was pretty easy to build this for about 4 or 5 hours straight. I think it takes about 7 hours to build in total. The stand is by far one of the best Technic stands I've ever built, despite the Technic bits actually showing on the bottom with the blue pins here, somewhat unsightly. Still, the features of being able to turn it 360 degrees, I would say, make up for that little aesthetic factor. The functionality here is fantastic, especially for displayers like myself who maybe want to, put it on their shelves in a specific way. So that works out really nicely. Despite the stand looking so good and functioning so well, it actually doesn't need the stand, and I have it attached here pretty well on the 4 pins. It will just go straight into the body of the ship. However, the ship is quite smooth on the bottom, so if you do without the stand, you can actually set it down just fine, and it actually holds its own. It still looks really good. Then in terms of accuracy and detail, just a few things that I want to point out is the use of a purple shield for the cockpit piece instead of clear. Technically it should be clear, but I think it looks fantastic in purple. And I would say the colors that you see in space most often in the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's kind of a purplish pink hue. So looking out the windshield, it does tend to look that color, which is nice. It's really pretty. The entire ship is so aesthetically pleasing, just being in this orange color. We don't have anything like this in Star Wars. It's mostly all gray ships or occasionally sand blue, but this is great. So a couple of the design features that I noticed are the fans right here off to the side. Then you've got these amazing underwing hover pieces. And then being that it does take after a bird, specifically a golden eagle, there's a ton of different flaps that can be opened kind of as like wind resistance. So you've actually got a flap right here and 2 off the back of these ginormous thrusters that are altogether missing on the 2018 version of this set. It does not have these 2 pieces here at the back at all. And these are decked out in trans blue slider pieces. And if we turn the model here, we can get a nice angle looking at all of the detail on the inside and the outside, just making it look very mechanical. I would say one of my favorite aesthetic parts of the ship is the usage of these 2 braces that actually move and function as you pull the thrusters out. And then I would say that the usage of stickers, they're used more strategically, I would say, than even some Star Wars sets. So you have 2 on the insides of these thrusters and 2 on the outside as well. I think the best sticker piece by far is this angled orange triangle. And that is because when you look at it from afar, you can't even tell it's a sticker. It blends in so well with this line. I'm just blown away. That is by far the best sticker usage on this entire ship. And on the top of the ship, there is one here, here, and here, and then 2 over here. But really, that is it for the stickers. They do add detail where it is necessary, but I love that so many of the details are actually in the build itself, such as this and this. I think is just a really big standout, where it could have easily been overlooked because as these fold in, it just completely hides all of that detail. But pulling it away, you see that kind of mechanical interior, and it just looks fantastic. So to access this golden eagle, you can do so from the fuselage by removing this panel on the back as well as this panel. I find it a little bit tricky to grab if I don't take the back one off first, and those little bucket handles do not do much in the way of actually being a handle to lift this up from. Looking to the interior of the ship, we actually get some fun, playful features with the coffee machine and the red mug. I like the use of the arches for the hallway section. In the back, it's actually quite greebled off. It looks really detailed. And then on the left side, there's actually a donut to go with the coffee. And then on screen, an image of Gamora, who is missing at this time in the movie. Towards the front, you're going to get 2 more seats. So comfortably, you can seat 4 of the Guardians in this ship. And I guess like whoever draws the short straw will have to stand up in the back. So not a huge interior, but you can fit all the figures in here. I guess Groot drew the short straw, or the short twig, I guess. And I don't really know why they have a Chitauri in the back of their ship, but I guess they're like taking him prisoner. Once you start to add in everyone's accessories and Rocket's insanely large gun, and then you just sprinkle in the Stormbreaker and just put him in there, and then add in the pearly gray blasters, I think you've got a pretty full ship. So they would have had to make this ship so much larger in order to add any additional play features or like an escape pod, and then it just would not be feasible to swoosh around or pick up. It would basically be like as large as the gunship. So this is a fantastic scale and a decent size interior. Also, I just love the usage of the stickers on the inside here for additional control panels along the side. I don't believe that there are any printed elements in this set, but there are some fun colors that you incorporate during the build. Lots of purple pieces that kind of remind me of Thanos, purple studs, but mostly you are building in gray and orange. To close the fuselage, you simply just put this piece back on, and then the back piece, and there you have it. The overall look of the set is just so sleek. The angles achieved are really, really amazing. And comparing it with the 2018 model that does not have these back thrusters whatsoever, this is a far superior model with, I think in my opinion, better minifigures as well. Now there are 2 flaws, and first, it should have a plaque. This is worthy of a UCS style set. In fact, I'm not really sure why it's not considered UCS. That seems to be a Star Wars exclusive title. However, other sets, such as the Helicarrier and the Hulkbuster, have UCS-style plaques, and this one I think is worthy of that. So a bit confused about that, and going off of that point, I think there should be some introductory pages in the instruction manual. I mean, this is a $150 set. I believe the AT-AT over there, that's $160, warranted at least one additional introductory page. So there is no information about this ship. It doesn't even tell you what the actual ship's name is. You have to actually be a Guardians fan and know that this is the Milano. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Benatar. I'm just kidding, guys. It's the Benatar. So at $160, is this set worth? Absolutely. Is that even a question? Are you out of your mind? This has got to be like the set of the year and maybe the best Marvel ship of all time that LEGO's ever created. You get both of the features of having an interior, but also having an incredible display model. So it's out of stock currently on Lego.com, and I understand why. But you can still pick this up on Amazon for a retail price, and I would imagine when it retires, it is probably going to become more valuable because, like I said, this set is amazing. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you thought this set was as dope as I did. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.